No, it's okay. It's just a lot of things occurred all within that. There was five of us, four bylaws committee members. Two members were expelled during the meeting for lack of attendance. Uh, any officer not doing their job for 2 months, I'll quote that clause. So for those reasons, I got to see that little piece of business. It seems like they need two new bylaws committee members. But so here's my thing. Like, Mark, if I could ask you a question, then do you feel like having the timing of a motion that a member makes, is that appropriate use of power by a president?
To tell a member that they can't make a motion to change the way our union works before, no, I don't think that's appropriate. And I don't feel like that just because it's coming up before an election should matter. If it's a positive change that the membership votes on, why would that how close it is to an election matter? I don't understand. And to that point, I don't know if you're aware, but the e-board just got restructured in the way that they make decisions. They now have gone to a warrant system. And I'm still not fully aware of how the warrant system works, but this came down from the IO and probably is a symptom of some of the other things that are going on behind the scenes. But the e-board, their method of checks and balances is drastically changed as of the last two meetings.
Wow.
And so, some feedback on that, feedback from several people in the room saying they don't understand what this is all about and why it's in such close proximity to the election, and that going forward, it will could be kind of a shit show with new e-board members and trying to educate everyone on how this is going. So the argument that you can't make a bylaws motion before in 6 months proximity to the election doesn't hold water when we are completely changing the way that the e-board works, invisible to membership. Membership doesn't know this is going on, and we're doing that within 2 months of the election. So yeah, the president saying there's an unwritten rule that you can't make a bylaws motion within 6 months. I don't feel like that holds water.
Yeah, and I was just simply trying to deign to greater knowledge that if somebody knows the position of the IO that I'm wrong, I'm open to listen to that 100% of the time, Mark. But after hearing that, I feel more confused. A big portion of the bylaws committee it sounded like this: are you on board with the timing of this? And I'm going, well, I'm probably going to be traveling for work, Mark. So do I have a choice? I mean, do I have a say? I don't remember the part where James gets to set the timing on motions behind the scenes. Like, whether or not I agree with it really doesn't. There are people that are elected to be principal officers for a reason, and whether or not they follow the due process, it's kind of on a piece of paper. I didn't know that was subject to opinion or, interpretation.
Yeah. I despise the fact that is the way that things are being run. You chose to read that motion because you saw the things that were going on, wanted to make change, and you were stifled.
Yeah, and once again, it just stage one, transparency. A lot of the members have wanted it. Stage two, hey, this can be manipulated. Remove the ability for it to be so it's not controversial. Smooth some things out. And, as it sits, the agreed upon terms from the bylaws committee is that, the right time to have this vote for bylaws motion pass is
the right time for who?
And that's I'm still not sure. But the point is that the agreed upon is that after the election, the day of the election results being announced, actually would be the perfect time to have a secret ballot vote. So that's basically how that portion of it kind of rolled out. Is that we've now gone into a 4-month pattern of bylaw motion changes, and that's just pretty much how it had to be.
You were forced.
it, I'm not a member of that committee. That committee is now 100% manned by officers. I didn't see anyone else rank and file in the room but me.